Okay, it's 4:30 in the morning. I'm about to do a session with my group. I'm going to have to change the name because Microsoft nicked it off me. It was My AI or Mike's AI, and it's the AI system I built, and which I've got a bunch of people who also use it as well, and we meet every week and build things, and we do thinking exercises and stuff. But until now, I've delivered this system via GitHub, so via a repository. And I'm now moving to a much better, much simpler, much easier way of doing it, which is via plugins. Because my works in Claude Code and Codex, so it's harness independent. And so essentially, I've built two plugins, one for Claude Code and one for Codex, which just makes the installation much easier. But obviously, I've got to move my existing users, and there's only a few of them. It's a very small kind of nearest and dearest beta group. I've got to move those users onto this new system, which is always a little worrying, particularly given that I can't read code and I've really got to be sure that everything is secure. So, secure, that nothing will go wrong. And, well, not nothing will go wrong. Things often go wrong. But, nothing dangerous will happen. And I tend to use Codex for this rather than Claude because, this is more vibes than anything else. But the way I feel about Claude versus Codex in general, and obviously there are some new models that have come out, so things do change. But it's almost like I feel that Claude is a bit more of a kind of maverick, we'll just do this and we'll just do that. Let's just build this and let's just build that. And it can turn into this big sprawling mess. So Claude, in a sense, is much more divergent, kind of, you end up just going out. Whereas Codex is almost like the opposite. It's much more convergent. You end up kind of going in. And the challenge with building these things with Codex installers and doing tests, and I really don't like testing things, but I test things within an inch of their life. Obviously, I have to. But the problem with using Codex is that it can be it's almost like too careful. What I've found is if I'm not careful, first of all, it will do a test. It will give you the test. And then it will want to prove that the test works. And then it will often want to have evidence that the proof of the test is valid. And then sometimes you end up at 5 levels of proof. And it's like, can we just do the thing, maybe? Instead of doing the thing about the thing and proving the proof of the proof, let's just do the thing. Let's just do the actual thing. And so at the moment, what I'm doing is attempting to get the model to create some instructions that are very, very simple, that anyone can understand, and that don't make all these assumptions, either that are just way too technical, or this is the other thing that models do all the time. Being a non-technical builder, I'm very aware of this. It's almost like it will either talk complete technical jargon that you don't understand. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you going on about? And then if you say stop using technical jargon, it will start talking to you as if you are a complete idiot, like as if you're like a 5-year-old child. Now, really, really condescending, and it's like, oh, so it can be very frustrating. So anyway, at the moment, what I'm doing, just before I do the session, I went through the instructions and I noticed it kind of put this formatting thing in, which I'm sure a lot of non-technical people, I kind of understand it now, but a lot of non-technical people will find confusing, which is exactly what do you copy and paste in order to do the thing. Eventually, I'm going to get it to the point where you can just double click a thing and it loads. But at this point, there's just some, literally 2 commands, very short commands you have to put into a terminal and it sets the whole thing up, which is a lot easier than it used to be. Trust me, when I started doing this. But it's just these tiny little things that I need to think about, where you've got different people using different things. So some people might open this file in TextEdit, just a simple text editor. Some people might open it in something that properly it formats Markdown, right? And so I've got to think about these little things. And of course, as is always the case, you only really notice these things just before you're about to deliver it. So I've now got 25 minutes before this session where I am giving them this update. We're moving from the complicated and annoying repository situation where I deliver updates via GitHub, and instead we're moving to these plugins. So I'm going to go and sort that out now, probably shout very kindly, of course, to these ridiculous machines. So I'll let you know how it goes very soon. Onwards and upwards. I hope, anyway.